again, everybody. Today, I'm going to be talking about these LED bulbs as a replacement for the bulbs that are already in the Buick. Now, the Buick has always had decent lights, but they could be a little better. Now, I do have the fog lights on the top, on the rack. You know, these are more work lights. I can turn those on, and actually I use them as lights in the yard as well. If I need to go outside or something, I can just turn those on. So yeah, those are not so great for driving because they light the whole hood up. It also lights up the trunk and the back window and all that. It lights up the windshield and the dash. What I needed to do was mount them back a little farther so that there's a shadow over all the way up to the hood. But that's for another day. But anyway, I have these LED lights that are direct replacements for the headlights on this car. And these were sent to me by the Auxito company. If I'm pronouncing that wrong, I'm sorry, but I think it's Auxito, and they seem like very well made lights. Already had the box open, but okay, they give you a pair of gloves, especially for like halogen bulbs. You're not supposed to touch halogen bulbs with your fingers. It comes with a little user manual, of course. And here are the bulbs themselves. They are replacement bulbs that are made to be able to just go into the light bulb the same way that the original ones did. Now, they seem to be made of aluminum, and they have a little cooling fan in the end of them. So they seem to be kind of built pretty nice, and they're supposed to be just pretty much plug and play. You don't have to like have a little separate box that you mount somewhere or have hanging off the wires and have to have an adapter to plug in all that. This is supposed to just be a direct fit for this car. So we're going to try that out and just see how they go in, and then we're going to compare the brightness compared to the regular bulbs that are in there. Okay, so this is the Centurion. It is actually a 2005 Buick Century, and I have modified it for a short film that I made, and that's why it's got the winch and the heavy-duty front bumper. It's got a roof rack on it with off-road lights, and made a lift kit for it. So it's not a factory car, but one thing that is factory on it are the headlights. Let's pop this hood and see what we can do to get these bulbs replaced, and we'll give them a try. The headlights on this vehicle are probably the easiest to remove I've ever seen. Those two clips, and there's you have a headlight. So let me take plug off. Okay, so there we have our headlight. Now this one does have a little where I've spilled a little bit of some kind of chemical on it. I can't remember what it was, but might have been gasoline or something, but that shouldn't affect our test because we're going to replace both of them, and it will allow us to see which one is really better. And as you can see, there is the original bulb, and the original bulb comes out just like that. Like I said before, with these you don't want to touch the bulb itself because you don't want to get the oil from your finger on the bulbs. So I'm just going to unplug it. And okay, according to what I've been told, these are supposed to be a direct plug and play replacement. So they plug, we just have to test and see if they play. Okay, so you can look at them and see that the overall size is similar. Of course, they're different construction because they are LED. They have 2 LEDs on them. I do like the fact that it has a fan. The only thing with my case is that when you have it in this enclosure, I don't know if that fan is going to fit. I don't know if the headlights are even going to fit. Okay, so a problem. These were supposed to fit this car actually, but you can see this is a factory bulb. Goes right in just like that, and with the long piece there, and the little short piece on the bottom like that. Once it's in like that, the short piece is right here. So okay, then when you look at this bulb, the short piece on the bottom there, when you go to put it in, there is a problem. This will not fit in this housing because it hits right here. So, as far as fitment for an 05 Buick Century, which it did say on the website that it would fit, apparently it will not fit. Let me look and see if I've got another vehicle that these may fit in, and we'll still try to do our little test. Okay, so it's a good thing I'm a hoarder of vehicles, because the Buick Century, which is the one that I ordered the bulbs for, the bulbs don't fit in the Buick Century. Now, here is my Silverado. It is a 2000 Silverado. And it takes the same types of bulbs. And I've tried it in that one because I just wanted to know, would it fit? Now, I do have the Equinox that I could have tried next, but it's a little harder to get to the bulbs on that one. So I wanted something that was easier to get to and to swap out. But, okay, the Silverado, the bulb did fit. Now, let me turn the headlights on, and I got one of them is the Auxito LED light. The other one is the regular factory halogen light that comes normally in the truck. So let me turn both of them on, or let me turn the headlights on, and let's see just how they look. Okay, so you can see this one is the factory light. And I can tell you right now, I can feel the heat coming off of this, which indicates that it's expending a lot of the energy used as heat instead of light, which halogen bulbs do. Now, they do put out a nice bright light, but at the same time, you're producing a lot of heat. This one, on the other hand, I do feel some heat, but it is not very much at all. It seems cool to the touch. I know it hasn't been on for a real long time, but it's cool to the touch. And it seems, yeah, I can see a difference on the van up in front. I can see a difference when the light is shining down the road. I can see a difference when I cover it and when I take it away. Now let's see what the difference is on this side. Covering it. There's a bigger, I can see a bigger difference on the other one. So that is the comparison of the two bulbs. Now let's go through the process of changing this one out. It is a little harder than what it could be, but it can be done. Okay, so this truck is similar to the Buick in you only have two things to pull out. These little pins, and these actually lock in by just twisting like that. Twist out, and there's one pin. And there's the other pin. And you can probably see the headlight was already trying to fall out. Now, another thing with these as well, the same as the other ones. Okay, so on this fixture, the high beams would be very easy to replace. They just pop out right here. But the low beams are over here. That's the ones we got. The outside beams. These ones, you can get the bulb out very, very easily because there's plenty of room here. Let's see. There's plenty of room right here for the bulb to come out. But when you get your Auxito light to put back in, you can see it kind of hits. Now you can finagle it around a little. I got the other one in. Yeah, there. It's very, very tight. And it has to kind of snap like that. I don't really like the way that it has to snap. And then there it's latched. Okay, so the light bulb is in. And you gotta, let's see. I think it needs to go closer like that. There, and a quarter turn, yeah, right there. I think its housing may be a little broke, but it does work. So, okay. It does go in this truck, but the thing is the difference in the size of the bulb. You can see this one where the plug goes in here. This is much taller. It has to be because it has it has the driver for the bulb, it has the fan and all that in it. Actually, I kind of like these being in this truck better than in the Buick, because the Buick is inside of an enclosed container, and I can see that causing a problem with heating up. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this headlight assembly back in, and we'll turn them on. And when it gets dark, it's still daylight, when it gets dark, we'll go for a little drive and we'll see how these do. Okay, so I have the engine started now, so we're getting maximum brightness. I gotta say, it looks a lot cooler. If you're going for looks, LED lights like that and these Auxito lights, they look steady on camera too. I noticed a lot of LED lights, when you film them on camera, they flicker. These seem to not have any flicker at all. Yeah, they're very, very steady lights. Okay, well, it is still very daylight, so we'll wait a little while and we'll take us a trip out and see just how these headlights work. Okay, so on the bottom we have the stock headlights, and on the top we have the Auxito LED headlights. And I can tell you the lighting on the Auxito headlights are very, very much better spread out. I can see stuff on the sides that I couldn't see before. Like if there was a deer standing over on the side, I could see it right now. The light beam is very much brighter, looks better. And there's a few dead spots in the video of the factory headlights. I am really not seeing any dead spots. Of course, these are low beam lights, so it does kind of cut off, which is what it's supposed to do. But these are a vast improvement. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with these. Yeah. So I think the LED headlights are a clear winner because I can see everything now. Yeah. So there we go. That is the nighttime driving test. Okay, so now we are going up the creek. These are the Auxito LED headlights. And I just wanted to show y'all this. This is on low beam, which is the LED headlights. And that is high beam. That's the halogen lights. So with these bulbs in, low beam is now brighter than high. I'm going to have to get some of these for the high beam side, because yeah, they are pretty nice. Yeah, you can see a whole lot better. Yeah, I just wanted y'all to see as I was going up the creek heading toward the house. This is a very much improvement over the stock headlights, and they are cooler too. So okay, we will wrap this video up. Okay, so it's the next day, and now I was wanting to go over my thoughts on these bulbs and whether or not I think that I should recommend them. Because of course last night you wouldn't have been able to see me, so I waited until this morning to finish this video. These light bulbs, I like them. Now you could see in the video, it didn't come across on camera like I thought it would. It wasn't as dramatic as it was in real life. Now these bulbs in real life, you have a very dramatic difference in lighting. Now on camera, I think it was because of the auto white balance or something on the camera, the ISO. I left it on automatic. I should have put it on manual and just locked it, but I didn't, and that's what we got. But it doesn't really show, it doesn't really do them justice. It does look better on the camera with these, but it doesn't really do them justice. Now, when I was coming up the creek, you could see everything. I mean, it was amazing to me how much better these were than the regular old halogens. Also, they look cooler too. But now, do I recommend them? Yes, under certain conditions. Now, different headlight assemblies may fit these and may not. Now, on their website, it says this bulb will work in a 2005 Buick Century. And as you've seen in the video, I'll go into detail about why it won't fit and how you could possibly make it fit if you really wanted to. But yeah, it doesn't fit. It fits the Silverado, but it barely fits, and it's a struggle to get it in. Now, the other headlight, you can see it's an older headlight. It fits in that one, no problem at all. It just it's perfect. Now, for that car, Malibu, no problem at all. What I suggest is before ordering these, if you decide you want them, I would suggest going out to your car, checking and seeing if these bulbs will fit. Now, you can see the size difference between the halogen bulb and the Auxito bulb. You can see now, lining up the bulbs, you can see there is a dramatic difference in them. This part right here with the fan, the heat sink, it's got the driver board and everything in there too. So this is much bigger. Of course, the front part is all exactly the same size, but the part that sticks out, now that's the part, if you look on your vehicle and there is anything there that is going to get in the way of this part, then it probably won't work in your application. And I'll show you an example. So the first one we tried, and the one I ordered these bulbs for, is for the Centurion. Okay, so the one that we want is the low beam, which is this bulb here. And already you can see that you have to pull this cover off. That right there tells you that this vented bulb is going to be inside of it's going to be enclosed inside this enclosure, and it's just going to build up heat. So really, in order for it to work anyway, you would have to leave this cover off so that the bulb can get air to cool. But when you do take the bulb out, even taking the regular bulb out of this enclosure, it kind of hits a little bit. And you can tell by looking at the enclosure itself that this bulb will not fit, because you can see if you line up the bulb with the housing right here, this bulb is going to hit on the housing. Now, one thing you could possibly do, I don't want to do it because I want to leave my headlights sealed up and all that, so I guess I'm stuck with the halogens. But in this case, if you wanted to make these fit, and you really wanted these headlights, and you know, you wanted them to fit, you could take a Dremel or something and you could cut this out and just make enough room, because it seems like if you cut right here just a little bit, you could make it fit. But I like the fact that these are sealed, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to stick with my regular halogen lights on the Buick. Okay, so for the Silverado, that is another one that is kind of difficult to get the bulb in. So that's one thing that you've got to think of before ordering these. It may be, according to your housing, it may be difficult to get the bulb in. Now this one is possible to get in, and I think actually I'd rather not do it because I don't want to mess up my my adjustment. But I think I could loosen it all the way up and lift, because when you loosen this screw, the whole thing lifts up and it would give you more room. But this one, you have to kind of work in there and kind of push, and it finally goes in. So it does fit. It's just a little work to get it in, but it does fit. Now, so for a Silverado, it will fit. And you can see there's clearance for the bulb in there. So yeah, for the Silverado, yeah, it will work. Tell, this is an old bulb that, or this is an old enclosure. I don't even have the car that this came out of anymore. This was for a Malibu. But when you want to put the bulb in, it is as simple as you can see. The end of this is wide open, and there is nothing in the way, so you can just install the bulb very easily. Now this one has multiple ways that it can go, but I'm thinking down is the best way. But this one is very easy to install, and this is kind of perfect example of the type of vehicle that it for sure will fit in. You just have to look at your headlight enclosure and just see if there's room. If there's plenty of room, like this one, it's perfect. You just stick the bulb in there, give it a twist, and there you go. It's in there. It works perfectly. And for this car, this bulb would have worked with no problems at all. Now, I mean, of course, you also need to check with the enclosure in the car, is there anything that this is going to hit? It shouldn't. They usually give a little clearance, but you just need to make sure that the bulb is going to fit inside, you know, because there are clearance issues. You can see, okay, you can see that bulb now, how far that sticks up. And then you can see this one. This one is pretty much very low profile. So yeah, that is the only thing to consider with these bulbs. If you're considering them and they will fit in your vehicle, I would highly recommend them. Okay, if you were to decide to purchase these bulbs, down in the description there's a link to where I got these bulbs at, and it is an affiliate link, so if you do buy the bulbs there, I get a little kickback from it. Also, Auxito was nice enough to let me get a code that you can use at checkout. It's Luke Fugit, and if you use that code at checkout, that's also in the description, then you'll get a discount. In the future, if there are any updates, if they get dimmer, if they quit working, or anything else, then I will update in the description, and I will direct to another video showing what happened with these bulbs. I guess that's going to be about it for this little video. I appreciate everybody watching, and I'll see y'all on the next one.
Bye.